In the town of Konya, in central Turkey, in the middle of the 13th century, a prominent religious scholar named Jalaluddin Rumi was suddenly separated from his teacher and spiritual friend. In his grief, he took hold of a column and began turning. Verses of poetry began pouring out of him. Remarkable poetry. His students wrote the words down. 700 years later, Rumi's poetry is being discovered in the West. He is, in fact, the best-selling poet in America. Come to the orchard in spring. There is light and wine and sweethearts in the pomegranate flowers. If you do not come, these do not matter. If you do come, these do not matter. Rumi was born September 30th, 1207, near Balkh, Afghanistan, which was then part of the Persian Empire. When Rumi was still a child, his family was forced to flee the oncoming armies of Genghis Khan. After years of travel, they settled in Konya, Turkey, an important stop on the Silk Road and a meeting point of many cultures: Islamic, Judeo-Christian, Hindu, and Buddhist. Rumi's father became the head of a Sufi learning community. The Sufis are an ancient spiritual order, and according to many Sufis, the essential truths of Sufism exist in all religions.
The Sufis are a remarkable band in the history of religions. They are the mystics of Islam. And as the mystics of Islam, the Sufis, we can connect with because they're talking about these wonderful, sublime truths which have a way of piercing directly into the human heart wherever it is.
The Sufis used to walk, down several roads, visiting with the Christians, visiting with Islam, visiting in all of the great religions, really. I mean, that's part of the nature of this kind of fluid imagination. It crosses boundaries. It penetrates, and it even slips by, and it works by way of humor. It works by way of stunning imagery. It works in many different ways, as if to keep bringing people to some deep human well.
Upon his father's death, Rumi became the head of the learning community. His life seems to have been a fairly normal one for a religious scholar, teaching, meditating, helping the poor, until the late fall of 1244, when he met a stranger, a wandering dervish, Shams of Tabriz.
Rumi's genius was triggered by an actual human being, an encounter with this mysterious figure, Shams of Tabriz.
He was an intense, fierce mountain meditator. Those kind of people, like Thoreau magnified 5 times.
The connection between Shams and Rumi is, one of the great stories of learning and what we nowadays call mentoring. But it's almost of an order beyond what people mean when they mean to learn from someone, because it means to almost, what seemed to happen was a sudden knowing.